planning process group. In project management, there are 5 process groups. The second one of these groups is the planning process. What is the planning process group? The planning process group consists of those processes performed to establish the total scope of the effort, define and refine the objectives, and develop the course of action required to attain those objectives. The purpose of planning process group is to elaborate the information from the project charter to create a comprehensive set of plans that will enable the project team to deliver the project objectives. A project charter is a formal document that gives a high-level overview of the entire project. It includes what the objectives are, how it will be carried out, and who the stakeholders are. So why is the planning process group important? The planning process is the heart of project lifecycle. The planning process group provides guidelines for assembling all the layers of details needed to fill in the landscape of the project through one successful phase of completion after another. Planning is a lot more detailed and comprehensive than initiation. The planning process group brings together all the different types of planning needed to run the project. This is not only to identify the scope, cost, schedule, but also identify the resources needed and plan proper mitigation strategies. Poor planning will lead to poor execution, and the project as a whole will suffer as a result. So in order to be successful in execution, you need to plan carefully and diligently. In planning, we are looking to find answers to 3 main questions. The first question is, what are we going to do? Second, how are we going to do it? And third, how to know when the project is done. At the end of the planning process, we will create a comprehensive project plan. A comprehensive project plan is a document that integrates all planning data into one document that the project manager can use as a guidebook for moving the project into the execution phase and overseeing the project. A comprehensive project plan consists of the following. First is requirements. Understanding and documenting all project requirements aids in clarifying expectations. Next is scope. Producing documentation to define the scope of the project, which may reflect any changes, is important to maintain stakeholder confidence and client trust. Third is work breakdown structure, or WBS. It is a method that splits a project down into hierarchy of deliverables, tasks, and subtasks. Next is schedule. It is a listing of activities, deliverables, and milestones within a project. A schedule also usually includes a planned start and finish date, duration, and resources assigned to each activity. Next is cost and budget. In estimating and budgeting areas, project managers need to be able to understand the details logically to secure quick and trustworthy authorization from related stakeholders. The last one is quality. It refers to the degree to which a set of inherent characteristics fulfill requirements. Factors like risk, cost performance, baseline, organizational, and environmental factors all affect the potential plan quality. Now I will discuss the first 2 parts in detail. The first planning process is collecting requirements. Collecting requirements is the process of determining, documenting, and managing stakeholder needs and requirements to meet project objectives. In collecting requirements, project managers need to collect all quantified documents that meet the needs and expectations of the sponsor, stakeholders, and the customer. These requirements are the foundation to establish the WBS. Then, project requirement document comes in, which refers to a pre-designed checklist to make sure you're overseeing every aspect, fulfilling customer needs, and documenting relevant project information. When we collect requirements, there are many methods available such as one-on-one interview, Delphi technique, group nominal technique, and others. One-on-one interview is the most common interview where only the interviewer and the interviewee is present. The format of the interview is conversational. Delphi technique, on the other hand, is the process used to arrive at a group opinion or decision by surveying a panel of experts. Third is group nominal technique. It is defined as a structured method for group brainstorming that encourages contributions from everyone and facilitates quick agreement on the relative importance of issues, problems, or solutions. The best method among the 3 is the group method because in one-on-one interviews, there will be a lot of contradicting opinions in your hand, while in group interview, you can get everyone in a room and let them argue. At the end, you will have your requirements set in a stone. Now, let's move on to the second planning process, which is defining the scope. A crucial element of planning is establishing the total scope of the project because as a project manager, you need to have a clear picture of all the work that needs to happen on your project. A scope outlines key stakeholders, processes, assumptions, and constraints, as well as what the project is about, what is included, and what is not included. All of this essential information is documented in a scope statement. So, what is a scope statement? A scope statement is a detailed description of the project outcomes, including the deliverables, constraints, schedule milestones, risks, and the project assumptions. The scope is important because in reality, weak project managers include everything in the project. As a result, the project plan becomes impossible to execute. Establishing project scope ensures that projects are focused and executed to expectations. The scope provides a strong foundation for managing a project as it moves forward and helps ensure that resources are not diverted or wasted on out of scope elements. The scope statement may include project justification, project scope, project deliverables, project exclusions, project success criteria, and project constraints.